It's the base 1911. And I know it's been a while since I've done an original song, so I was going to go ahead and do one. But also, I wanted to do a quick update too. The my choir qualified for state, so we'll be going to state. And also, like I've said, this coming May, on the 17th, the choir will be leaving for Anaheim, California, down for Disneyland. So I will do videos from down there, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to upload. It just depends on some stuff. So. And also, I've noticed there's been a good amount of views on my boarding class videos. That was just with a friend of mine, Carlos, uh, who also has a YouTube channel. His Super Game Crew and World Battling Wrestling CAW. And we were just bored in class, and it's a class we don't do anything in, so we just thought it'd be a nice little collaborative video. He had a video, but he accidentally deleted it before uploading, so his was a more continuous one, while mine was obviously in parts. And I also accidentally deleted the first part, so the first part that you see is not the official first part, but, it happens. But, and so subscribe to him. He's a cool guy, and also send him insults to my friend Julian. They're really cool guys, so, but, this song I was going to do it's a more recent one, and it was kind of inspired by the way my favorite country singer, and if you know who I'm talking about, it's the king of country. And for those of you who don't, it's George Strait. But it's not like inspired by his song, but his style, the way his songs go together. And I was also going to explain a few little things in here. There's a line that says, "I dared not speak, so all I said was hello." I was basically meaning by writing that at that moment I didn't want to speak, to like say a sentence and then ruin it. So all I said was hello. And then it's also around the beginning. It's a little descriptive, sorry, only because this was actually a song I wrote about when there was a girl I liked. So it's a little descriptive. But I'm gonna go ahead and start. Hello is all I heard, and when I looked up, there you were, your glowing blonde hair in the sunlight, your beautiful caramel eyes. My heart skipped a beat, I dared not speak, not to ruin this moment, so all I said was hello. But it's a long story of how one little word changed the way that I feel in my heart. It's a long story of how this old heart could learn the feeling of love again. It's a long story, but I'll skip to the end. And long story short, I love you. The story started something like this. A lonely young man meets a beautiful girl. He wants to take her on dates, but don't know how. He wants to laugh with her and hold her when she cries. But he's skipping ahead. He hasn't even asked her yet. But it's a long story of how one little word changed the way that I feel in my heart. It's a long story of how this old heart could learn the feeling of love again. It's a long story, but I'll skip to the end. And long story short, I love you. But it's a long story of how one little word changed the way that I feel in my heart. It's a long story of how this old heart could learn the feeling of love again. It's a long story, but I'll skip to the end. And long story short, it's a long story of how one little word changed the way that I feel in my heart. It's a long story of how this old heart could learn the feeling of love again. It's a long story, but I'll skip to the end. And long story short, I love you. And long story short, I love you. So that was my original song, Long Story. I hope you enjoyed.